All right. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to look at a pickup. Investable. What's good, man? So before the hunt, I'm going to look at a store pickup. a pretty crazy. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 coin set that I picked up. Let's pop it over to here. Let's see if we can get all these popped out of here. $43 with a little bit of toning from Philly. A really nice looking 42. Another Philly. A 44 out of Philly again. I wonder if all the Phillies are on top. A 45. Looks like it's got a little bit of toning. Another Philly. Let's see what this one is. A 43 out of Denver. Looks like there's some scratches on the capsule on that one. A 44 out of Denver. 45 out of Denver. A little bit up there by the U of Pluribus, but other than that, pretty good looking 45. Really nice looking 42. And that is a San Francisco. That capsule's open. We'll close that. 43 out of San Francisco. That might be the best looking one. I don't know yet. Now we got a good looking San Francisco coming up, I think. A 44. San Francisco. And a 45. I'm guessing this is San Francisco. All the San Franciscos are on the bottom. Yep. So, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. So an 11 war nickel, essentially uncirculated set. PD and S. I saw it and I was like, yep, that definitely has to be picked up. So that will definitely be going in the display case over there in the other end of the office. Sent me a Discord message. Oh, I will check it. I guess I don't think I turned Discord. When did you send it? I don't think I've opened up Discord in a bit. I see audio good. I was gonna ask Investable. Is the background music too loud or is it almost not noticeable? When I listen to the playback, at least on the last stream, I didn't could barely even hear the background music. So I'm like, well, I wonder if that's a little low. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to look. Wonder if I just missed going into my messages. I might have just missed going into my messages, to tell you the truth. I'll look after the stream today. We're doing a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1 roll hunt. 4, 3, 2, 1 hunt. I haven't done a hunt. I looked at my video list. Wee bit louder. Okay. I'll pump her up just a little bit. You tell me All right, I pumped it up to there, so you tell me if that's a little bit better. And I don't think I've actually done a roll hunt since, I think my last dated live roll hunt was in September. And instead of quarters, this morning I'm gonna do Kennedy halves. I'm not a half collector. Not a big fan of them, but I ended up getting these two from the coin shop. Actually, when I picked up that war nickel set, and we had to do a little bit of money jostling because his change drawer was hurting at the end of the day there when I was in. So he's like, well, you want to buy these two from me and that'll make the whole change issue easy? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Give me them. Been a while before hunting. Oh, okay. Like I said, I'll check. Go on it right after the stream this morning and stuff. Figured I wanted to get a hunt in because I haven't hunted in I don't know how long. Not truly roll hunted, and there's a comic stream at 1 o'clock this afternoon on Whatnot that I want to sit in, so I'm like, let's do a hunt this morning, and then I'll be able to hang out in that comic stream this afternoon. What else you been up to there, Invest? Nothing? Did you ever get anything hunting? Or did you get skunked like myself? I could have shot a small 6-pointer our opening morning, but it's like I don't want to shoot a small 6 on opening morning, so nothing standing out in that roll there. Let's pop over. Start giving them the go through. 2000 Denver. Skunk, yes. Yeah. Beyond that 6-pointer, did not see anything after that. I saw some does, but what was that? 2003. Yeah, I saw some doe, but wasn't gonna shoot any doe either, so. You know what I'm not getting is that, and in I don't know how many hunts is I did not end up with a. I don't think I've got like a 24p or anything. I watched one guy that's a big 24. Saves all his 24s. 87, 89. Yeah, that's 89. Had a Texas hard shot opportunity open 12-pointer. Holy smokes. 1960. 1960D. Couldn't get it lined up. Yeah, that's tough. Kind of a nice, well struck 60D. No steps. 60s aren't hits anymore. We don't give 60 the hit button unless it's like a really nice button. Really nice. Well, maybe. $53, there's our first hitter. 53, let's see what we need in a 53. We need... Well, we definitely want an S. The P and the D are both under 100. Let's see if we can swing an S. Nope. It's the D, 59 million. But our first hitter. $23D. 17 with some of the fiber from the paper roll. 75. And I've been throwing those first 15 to 20 nickels in the wrong jars. Threw them in the penny jars, but that's all right. 85, Billy. Ooh, was there a lot of rotation on that, or is that just me? I got more string on my fingers. 85. Not strong rotation, but a little bit there, huh? 16P. What else you been up to, Invest? I really haven't been up to much, to tell you the truth. 10. $73. Went out the shack a little bit. Did a little muzzleloader hunting. Didn't come up with anything on the old muzzleloader season. Saw a couple doe again for muzzleloader. $86. Gotta start getting these in the right jar. That music level better now, Invest? Putting my gemstones in an inventory type listings so I can search them out better. Yeah. That, you know, that's like me between the cardboard, card collecting, and the coins. I mean, just the organization of things and stuff. You gotta constantly seem to be evolving in how you do it, you know. And then you get a system down, and then you start getting more stuff, and I think it's good. Okay, perfect. 2002. Here's an ugly 97. I got a pretty cool Excel sheet for like keeping my coin numbers. You know, I can go on, and one Excel sheet has like one of the tabs at the bottom is cents, and then you open that up and you see like how many of each year and each mint I have. So it's pretty cool that way. Littlefoot. Hey, what is up, friend? Hey, you missed it. I'll show you again though. Oh, you're so okay, so you're not watching. All right, well then you'll have to go back and watch the War Nickel set I just bought. 2001. I was just gonna say, if you're not watching, it doesn't make any sense for me to show it again. It'll be cut out of this video though. I'm gonna do a standalone video of that, so you'll be able to see. I got a sweet War Nickel set. Picked it up at the. I saw it at the LCS. So I'm at the local coin shop. Saw it several times. Different trips in. Never really looked at it close. Sounds good, Investable. Thanks for stopping in. Never really looked at it close. Thought it was a bunch of BU uncirculated, maybe key date nickels, Jefferson nickels, you know. But then ended up looking at it close, and it was a set of war nickels. And I'm like, yeah, just, I guess, put it on my pile. So I picked that up. Coach! Oh, Coach triggered a football pack. All right, I got 2 nickels here, Coach. Then we'll do I'll let you pick the football pack. 91. That one in the wrong jar. 2011. All right, I gotta skip this song because it confuses me when. Well, actually, we'll let it play. I like this song. Coach, you gonna hang around long enough to pick the pack? I'm proud to be just who I am. Salute the flag just like Uncle Sam. My Yankee do good without a dime. Work for nothing in their overtime. Let me free as a bird. All right, Coach, if you're here, there's a Donruss Christmas edition. Here's a Mosaic. Here's a 15-card select I still got. Here's an Absolute. Matching contributions that they never gonna pay. Helping out the needy. Helping out the poor. I got some wrestling. We got a couple wrestling we'll throw in there, even though you triggered a football pack. And I actually got on hand a little bit of foundations now. So, you tell me what pack it is, Coach. If you're around, let's look at the Packer pulls here. Here's what we pulled so far. We're at the end of the year. We might not do too many more packs before the end of the month. So, we're on a current streak of 1 pack having a Packer in it. 2. Are you talking the Donruss as 2? Our last card was the Savion Williams rookie card, so that's cool. And it was cool to get that Tucker Kraft here, too. All right, the Donruss. All right, let's get the rest of it out of here. Yeah, the Donruss is cool. You know, you're always chasing that downtown card, which is the short print of like a set. Not a lot of cards in these packs. 5 cards for these Christmas packs. So, I see shiny. See a shiny rookie, and there's like green around that edge. So I'm hoping we get a Packer hit. So a throwback Eric Dickerson. Throwback Eric Dickerson. Nope. Mason Taylor. Mason Taylor from the Jets. I don't even know. He's not ringing a bell to me. Nice looking card. And a rookie for the Chargers. I guess I don't know who we could be looking for. Keandre Lambert Smith. No. I think we might get skunked on the big namers. Rick Upchurch. A purple press proof, and that's obviously a throwback and not a name I know. And then Michael Wilson was on the back, so Donruss did not turn us out anything. You know, I don't know, maybe a Jets fan likes that. We'll see, I guess. Eric Dickerson's kind of cool, but and then the rated rookie Smith, Lambert Smith, I don't know. Donruss definitely did not give us anything we want. All right, let's keep going on the coin hunt. Nickel roll number 2. Only hit out of roll 1 was a 53 Denver. How much does a pack trigger cost in points? Does anybody, without me looking? Do you know, Coach? Does it tell you when you use it how many points it costs to use that command? I think it's 100 is what I have it set at. I could be wrong. I have been known to be wrong in the past. 12. Here's a dirty looking 95. I must not have enough coffee yet this morning because I'm kind of shaky this morning. But you can even see it on the screen a little bit. My hand shakes when I show the coin. Maybe that might be just I'm holding it too close too. This older one, 1940. There's a hitter. There's a banger. What are we looking for? That's actually one of the older ones in a while. So in 1940, you really kind of want the D or the S. The P is 176 million. So D or S? D or S? Nope, it's the 176 million, but still a hit. 1940, one of the older ones that we've seen in the last couple hunts. I knew that looked old. There's a 64D. Be looked at for the double mint mark. So 2 rolls and 2 hits. We haven't skunked a roll yet. That's good this morning. Holy smokes, Coach! You got 812 coins. I called them Backwoods coins. That 18, I should have checked. You can find die chips on the left side of the Monticello on an 18 every now and then. Actually, I have a couple of them. Here's a toner. A toner 16. Denver. Kind of got cool toning on it. $2006. I gotta stop throwing these in the penny jars. $23p. This roll looks like it might be some shinier new stuff. $23p. 80. That 40 definitely didn't have any steps, did it? No. Would have been floored. 05 or 04. 05. No speared buffalo. Pretty key to get that 40 though, because like I said, that's an older one. One of the olders. 64. 64s no longer get the hit button. They just get saved in the 64 tube. What was that? 74. Hey Coach, I think was it you? I think it was you that wanted me to get into some halves. 2 rolls of bankrolled Kennedy halves taking place of the 2 spot this morning in place of what is usually quarter rolls there. 75D, and that is not the high D. $11. Oh, that one didn't even make the jar. 15. 81. Another 64. Denver. We're pulling some 64s, but 64s do not. Like I said, I'm not using 64s as hits anymore. Not considered a banger. You got to be older than. You got to be in the 50s or better to be given the bang button. 2000. $83. A little bit of rotation there, or was that me? Nope. Well, that was me. 23. $89. 22. Another 15. 2000. And it looks like the 1940 might be the only one coming out of this roll. Definitely gonna have to go through the nickel jars and start scoping some now, because we're filling them up again now. 77. Last one, 2010. So, roll recap. That's all we got. 1940. What was it? It was the P. It was the high mintage. Was the Philly. Nickel roll 3 for the morning. Littlefoot, you say you were hanging cameras? Hanging cameras is that what you said? Hanging cameras, yep. Security cameras, I'm guessing you're dealing with or something? Alright, roll 3. Oh, let's go over here real quick before I forget to do this. We are now on a 0 pack streak, because that Donruss pack killed the 1 pack streak, so starting over there. 11. I think I'm by myself now. Unless, Coach, you're still hanging out. Security. Oh, Littlefoot. Yeah, I forgot, Littlefoot. You're listening. If you're just listening, how can you chat? 97. 63. Probably a D. Nope. Philly. 97. As a silver fan, Littlefoot, I think you're gonna like that war nickel set that I grabbed. And I'm not a stacker. Everybody kind of knows I'm not a stacker. But I do, I like nickels. I'm a nickel fan. So anytime I can find nice scratch down the middle on a 62 Denver. Anytime I find a set like that that's that cool, yeah, definitely grab that. 2000D. Looks like there might be a couple older looking ones coming up. 96p. Littlefoot's hanging out with me. Thank you, Littlefoot. I'm not by myself. That's good. Not that it matters. I don't mind streaming by myself. I have plenty of friends in my head too. That's good because I live in my own little world. Yeah, I know you like the war pickles. I think you missed me going over that set when I first initially came on this morning. I did it before starting the roll hunt. $70D. I was telling the guy that works at the coin shop that I have not hit what Littlefoot would say, a war pickle. I have not hit one in a roll hunt yet. I think they're one of those coins though that, are pretty well cherry picked out. I mean, not completely, because you see Luke, get him every now and then. Unlucky Luke. But you ain't gonna find him all the time, that's for sure. $74. Seen better 74s than that one. 05 Buffalo. Don't look like there is a spear there. I don't know. We might skunk this roll. 64 since 60s don't hit anymore. There's a 70S. Boy, that's seen its better days. I don't think that's real high for low mintage either, but we'll check that someday when it hits the scoping stream. 18p. Yeah, nope. I have yet to actually have a hunted war nickel. I don't know if they're just, they're really collected up here in the north, and they just, they're just not going to hit the banks, or I don't know. We might be on a skunk. We're down to the last couple nickels in this roll. We might be skunking this roll, which would be unfortunate. There's like one or two older looking ones left here. 69. Yeah, I think this is going to be a skunk roll. 82 coins left. 99. And an 02. A bad looking 02 at that. First skunk roll of the morning. Well, I appreciate you hanging out there, Little. Even if you're just got it in your ear. Can't see what's going on. Let's get this skunk roll off the screen. I never open rolls very well. I don't know what that's all about. I just don't do it that well. 90. Last nickel roll of the morning. Maybe 2 bangers and 2 skunks if we don't get anything here. I always like to just flip it over and look at the reverse in case there's something big on the error side that pops up. $96. Nothing on the speared buffalo side of things. If you're just watching Littlefoot, how does the audio all sound and stuff? Investable Collectibles always gives me an audio check when he first comes in. Gives me a thumbs up, says things are good and stuff. But how's it for you on your side of things? Okay. Back to this, it doesn't drown me out as much. $88p. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I'm like, I haven't hunted in such a long time. I want to get a hunt in this morning because there's a comic stream on Whatnot I want to be in at 1 o'clock and maybe pick up some comics. It's killing you. You can see it from where you are. 61D. 97. Well, sounds like you're going to be taking a trip across the street after work. $75. That does not look like the high D, and I'm glad it is not because that coin has gone through something. $17p. I don't know. I'm guessing I'll be here for another hour or two, maybe 2 hours. It's got three cent rolls, 2 Kennedy half rolls, and then my $1 small dollar roll I always like to do. I'll be here for a little bit yet. Hanging out, drinking coffee, looking at coins. 98. The 17 and 18s, you can often find the die chips, those beehive die chips over here on the left side of the Monticello. I think I've got a couple of them on 18s over the last couple hunts. Here's a junky looking 83. It's kind of I find it interesting to find, coins like this that like either weather or environmentally change over time. Sometimes they actually get saved to my collection just because they're cool. You sound 100 clear. Okay, perfect. I'm not a tech savvy guy. I just turned 50 on the 4th, so 1941. There we go. $1941. Let's see what we're looking for in the 41. Well, the D is 53 million. The S is 43 million. So, anyway, we're in pretty good shape on this 41. P. Oh, I missed the P's. 203 million. So we got the worst one of them all, and it looks like it was an ender at some point. But at least nailed a hit out of and a banger out of that roll. Keep knocking my camera around. So that roll was safe. So we went 3 for 4 in the nickels. Three for 4 in the rolls in the nickels. 1943, and that is looking. Is it? Was I just talking, Littlefoot? What did I just say, Littlefoot? That's looking silverish to me. There is my very first one that I've ever hit roll hunting. San Francisco, what is the 43? San Francisco. It is 104 million. But it is the very first one I have ever hit in a true roll hunt. When I saw 43 in the color, you're like, yep, there it is. So 2 hits out of this roll. And it doesn't look like there's anything old enough to be another hit here. $22. We just talked about it, Littlefoot. $74. Yeah, yep, there you go. So we're gonna flip over to the other screen here real quick because I want to check a little bit of stats. That's a 20. Starting to lose my voice a little bit. Yep, Littlefoot, I think you're the only one in the room too that witnessed it. Last one of this roll is an 18. Was it an 18P? No, it was an 18D. No noticeable beehive. Let's take another look at it. Really still in pretty good as far as detail goes on the strike. Although lettering is way high still. Still a really nice defined strike on the reverse. Let's pop over to the nickel finds. So there you can see it. In 2025, I've gone through 73 rolls, and this is the first nickel or nickel silver. I've gotten 15 1940s over those rolls. And one 1930s, that's at 1939. Yeah, I'll cut a short out of this live hitting it for sure. And not a bad looking one, not a beat to hell one either, So that definitely goes in the collection, probably as one of the bigger lore coins for me anyways. All right, let's keep going. We're into our 3-cent rolls. That's obviously, unless something huge hits going forward, that's obviously going to be the coin of the morning. The only thing that would have made that better if it wasn't the S. I think the other two are significantly higher. He had to stop work to check it out. Boy, I am just a hot mess with opening rolls. All right, on to pennies. 24 over D. 79. Ooh, a beat up 76. $70D. We'll see if there's anything worth giving a hit button to, or a banger button to in the pennies. A lot of times it has to be something that's like extremely BU uncirculated, or usually I'll separate the coppers later on. Usually when I do a scope stream, so I'm not setting coppers aside right now. Oh, there's some different discoloration there. That does not look like delamination of any sort to me, so we're not going to set that aside right now. The coloration struck me for a second there. I was like, do we have something there? But nah, I don't think so. Canadian. 2000. I don't know enough about the Canadian coins. I don't know where their silver starts and stops and stuff. I don't really collect it. Birth year there for me, 75. Just turned 50 on the 4th. 5-0, and I'm already starting to feel the physical stuff start to go. Not that I didn't start feeling it 5 years ago. 95. 66. Penny rolls, we do a lot more skunks on penny rolls, just because it's got to be something pretty cool to not end up or get the banger button. I'm a beat up 77. Yeah. Cool looking 89. Kind of looks like he's got like demon eye or something going on there. A little bit of corrosion right in the eye. What year did I say it was? 89. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling a skunk roll coming. Of course, after the silver nickel, we can skunk on just about anything at this point going forward, and it's been a pretty good morning. Uh, 74. I found a nice 1940 something wheat penny the other day with a pretty decent die crack on the back through the wheat stock, so think that'll probably list it on Whatnot at some point. Somebody can grab it if they're interested in it. Although I may keep it because just something about finding mint errors like that, die chips and cracks that I like to kind of hang on to. There's kind of a nice looking 01, 24 years old. That I'm gonna set aside. I'm not gonna give it the hit button or the banger button, but I'm gonna just set that aside. It's because it is a nice looking 01. $15. A little bit better. 6. We're setting aside. Nah, not really. We're gonna move on from it. Maybe when I go through the jar for a scope stream, maybe it gets pulled aside. $75. Denver. 76. Wife's birth year. 92. Eroded. 94 graduation year. Decent looking 05, but we're not gonna pull that aside yet. Wait. 72 with a heck of a rim on the bottom. I don't know if that's what they consider a little out of collar. $81. No 05 and a 2021. So that's a skunker. That will be a skunk roll. Which we get quite a few skunk roll penny rolls. That's all right. You know. A Wheatie, anything in the Wheaties will trigger the banger hit button, and obviously any Indian head is gonna. There I kind of did an opening a little bit better. Ooh, beat up 98, huh? Seen some war. 80. What was that? 70? Okay. Sometimes by the time I've said it before, by the time I move the coin off stream or off screen, I've already forgotten what the year was. I don't know if that's just getting to being 50 like I am, or looks like an 80 something. 79. 90. So after these last two penny rolls, I don't know really what to look for in the half dollars. I'm not a $half collector, so I'm going to be like, I don't know what I'm looking for. I have to pull up my mintages and some stuff. See if I can. $69. Kind of a minty looking 98. Fields kind of look nice. I think I'm just gonna set it aside. Not getting a hit button. Not getting a hit button. A little bit of a different toner, 94. A little bit of corrosion started on it, looks like. Gonna knock the camera around, Good for about once or twice a stream, knocking the camera right off the stand. 63D. I throw the 63s up top just because I don't have a 60 jar going right now. Littlefoot, you still hanging out listening? Pennies have been a little underwhelming this morning. Almost looks like you lost the rim over on that side. Interesting. Got an ear in? Alright. We're almost to the halves. One more penny roll for the morning. There's a little bit of rotation on that, ain't there? Try to do it straight. No, not really. I always think there is, and then I go give it a hard check, and it's not even close to what it looked like. Two skunk penny rolls in a row. Can't talk this morning. Definitely going to be doing another cup of coffee after the stream. $92. That looks not a close AM. And an 08, another kind of nice looking. I'm going to set it aside. Doesn't get the hit. We still end up with terrible roll, but that's all right. All right, last penny roll of the morning. Last penny roll of the morning. We gotta get a banger out of here, don't we? 3 roll. Are all 3 pennies gonna go bangerless? Be kind of disappointed. Where are our enders? That looks a little old. That doesn't. Alright, let's roll. Seen better days, 82. I've decided I've got to get another microscope for my other room, my den over there. So then when I'm sitting watching football games, I can scope coins at the same time, because I get so far behind on sending coins under the scope. If I only do it during streams, that I gotta just constantly scope coins, get into the habit of sitting and watching football on Sunday and just scope coins while I'm doing it. Another 63. So we pulled a lot of 60s. I don't know, half dozen, 10. They don't qualify for the hit button. There's a 64D. Another 60. Kind of a little bit redder 74. I was gonna say, so that's got to be a new point, because it looks way too nice. Ooh. That's getting close to a hit button for a 99. Look at the fields on that. Let's see what the back looks like. Yeah, that's getting really close, but I'm going to hold off on the hit button on it. But it is definitely getting set aside as a 99. That is uncirculated for sure. That ain't seen much circulation at all. I guess it's wrong to say it's uncirculated. It come out of a bankroll. Look at this one. Now that's a 60. Alright, I held off the hit button on the 99 just to give you a different perspective of this 1960. Alright, so I held off the hit button and the banger button for that 99, but this one gets it. That's a nice looking 1960. And I'm gonna guess. I'm just guessing large date. Without looking at it close, that to me looks large. That's the way that 6 is, and the 9 both say large to me. I could be wrong because I'm not that versed in those, but nice 60. So the last penny roll turns out a banger. We don't completely skunk on pennies this morning. I'm going to actually look up on, after stream, I'm going to look up on PCGS that 1960 and see what there is in graded. The hell knows. This has been a good morning. Banger of a nickel, or as Littlefoot would say, war pickle. And a hell of a 1960 Lincoln cent. Four more pennies, and then we're gonna. Well, that almost looks doubled on that 95 and stuff, doesn't it? And then we're gonna get into the halves, and I don't know what I'm looking for in halves. I'm thinking a lot of these halves are gonna be brand new, just from the looks of the enders. Was that an 88? Doing it again. I don't know if you were here or are here visually, Littlefoot, but now that's the 99. Where's the 60? Where'd I put it? Oh, I put it over here in the bangers. All right, let's do the. Yeah, see, I think these are gonna be all fairly new. You know, I don't ever get halves from the bank to hunt. These I ended up getting because the store owner there needed to. Me to buy a little bit more to make his change work at the end of the day. I don't see anything there, obviously, on the sides. I mean, I'll just put these into the collection, but wrong screen. So I know we're looking for 64 and older, but I'm wondering if this ain't gonna be a whole bunch of. I mean, there's 23. Everything is bent. Okay, so first 3 coins are 23. This might just be a roll of 23. So we're gonna spin these just quick. Look at the date, because I think these are 2 rolls of 2023. I'll have to look and see if there's anything just on 23s to look for. Yeah. Now I don't know how a bankroll ends up being, because this isn't a mint roll. as far as I know. I don't know. I don't know nothing about these halves. But how does a bank roll end up all the same roll? Or all the same year? Yeah. Every single one of these. So if anybody's in need of a 2023, they're all circulated. Obviously they're not. I guess I just came into a ton of 23 halves, so set these back here. All right, let's do this other one, and then we'll do the $1 roll, and then pretty much call it a stream. Call it a hunt for the morning. I am guessing this is going to be about the same situation. I don't see anything that's striking me as any older than a newborn. He didn't know what was going to be in these when he sold them to me, so, and I just did it to make his change for the day work. So I mean, we both said it looks like they're all new. Yeah. I will be surprised if there's something in here that's not a 2023, I guess. And they all got some circulation to them, so they're really not going to be anything to get excited over. Probably should have just put a quarter roll in place of these two half roll hunts for the morning. But that was kind of known and kind of expected. So let's do the last dollar roll, $1 roll for the morning. I'm gonna call it a stream. Hour and 20 minutes. Maybe we'll fire up the scope quick and look at these older hits. We probably should do that. Anyways. We'll put that war pickle under the scope, and then I'll get off here and get myself another cup of coffee. And like I said, I got a comic book stream I'm going to sit in on Whatnot this afternoon that I buy quite a bit from the particular seller. Alright, we're chasing in dollars. My chase is obviously any NIFCs or nice Susan B. Anthony's, and the one coin that's not an NIFC is Ulysses S. Grant. So looks like there's probably, what do I see, one maybe two Susan B. Anthony's. These usually end up as pocket money for me after hunting them. So Quincy Adams. I don't know if I've seen the 2026 dime image. I'll have to look that up. 2000P, we'll throw that under the scope. Usually you can tell right away if there's a wounded eagle or not. I don't see it there. It's not a hit, essentially. Jefferson, let's back things up a little bit so I can get the coin a little bit farther back from the camera. Adams. I always take a quick look make sure we're not missing edge lettering. Jefferson. There's some die chips in the back here that you can look for along her arm and some along the spikes of the whatchamacallit, but usually do that on a scoping stream, not during the hunt. Madison. Another Madison. Edge lettering. I've been getting a lot of Quincy Adams lately in rolls. I don't know why. Seems to be a guy I hit. Jackson. Here comes the first Susan B. Here's a 2001 Denver. You're back, Investable. Here, okay, what do we got here? We got a 79, and that... boy, that's... Is that a P? Boy, that's kind of smashed up. It's a 79. And it's not the wide rim. There's plenty of space between that one and that rim. Madison. Hey, Investable. Were you here when I hit the silver nickel? I don't remember if you were here or not. Washington. 07. Another semi-decent shape 2000P. Well, that'd been a nice one to be able to see a wounded eagle on, but I don't see it. We'll check that under the scope. Quincy Adams again. I think I got one more Susan B. Anthony coming up. Another Quincy Adams. I'm getting kind of sick of seeing Quincy Adams. James Monroe. Another Adams. Another 2000P. And we'll send them all under the scope quick. Jefferson. And another Adams. And the last Susan B. Looks pretty circulated on that side. That's a 99D. Those are a little shorter mintage. So like a 99D. You know, this one's beat up, but there's only 11 million of them minted. I think the low mintage in Susan B's is kind of like why it's probably my number one top chase and collecting coin. All right. I'm going to get a cup of coffee, and then I'm going to set up the scope. Investable. I'll give you the look here. Well, that ain't it. The very first Silver War nickel that I've ever pulled out of a roll hunt. It's ironic that I did it on today's stream after before doing the hunt, I showed the whole set of war nickels that I bought. So very ironic there. Still a well struck, you know. I mean, yeah, most of the Monticello is kind of gone. There you go. I mean, you can just see it's got the silver. I mean, I knew when I pulled it. I'm like, there it is, because you can just see. I didn't see it on the end though. Of course, I don't really look at the ends that close when I crack a roll. So, all right, I'm going to. I'll put this up. I'm going to go get a second cup of coffee for the morning. I know doing this, usually you'll end up losing people in the stream, but it's not. I don't really care. It's not what I'm really about. At an hour and a half right now for a stream. We'll do another half hour probably, maybe a little bit more, just throwing a couple of these hits under the scope. Vestibule, it looks like you're climbing in the points race. "18-inch thick brick." Yeah, you're gonna drill for a while, aren't you? All right, sounds good. I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee. It takes me less than 5 minutes. I do it in one of those Keurig cup finagled things. Then I will be back. We'll put the scope on. We'll look at some of the hits from this morning under a little closer look. Littlefoot, how are you not a moderator here? How do I make you a moderator? I don't know if I have to do that through Streamlabs or what. I'll figure out how to make you a moderator here at some point here, Littlefoot. Through you. Oh, you know what? I got the Streamlabs chat box. All right. Now I think Littlefoot, I think you're in. You're in like Flynn now. Just for something different, while I go get my coffee, I'm gonna put a Suno track on that I did not too long ago. And then 2 minutes, 30 seconds. I don't know if I'll get coffee in that amount of time, but I will be right back.
She's in jail again, calling from the pen. Got herself in trouble by 10 p.m. She tried to run away, but luck wasn't her friend. Cops, they caught her quick, now she's back again. She's in jail again, phone ringing again at 3 a.m. Tears behind the steel bars, making friends in the pen. Dancing in the bars, living day to day. Got caught in the night, now she has to pay. Wishing for the past, dreaming of the stars. Life comes at you fast when you live behind bars. Calling every night from that same old phone, praying for release, wishing she was home. Shoot for the past, dreaming of the stars. Life comes at you fast when you live behind bars. Calling every night from that same old phone, praying for release, wishing she was home.
Cardboard dreams of shiny foil, ripping through the hopes and toil, looking for that hidden prize, rares and legends in disguise.
All right, I'm back. Oh, Suno actually went on to some of the other songs. Huh.
High and tall,
I thought I was just going to play the one.
ball, magic in the palm of my hands, collection grows and expands.
Oh, good. Now, yep, you got the wrench, Littlefoot.
Feeling fine, every rip a chance to find in the hunt for something rare. Memories in every pack I tear. Sleeves and binders all around.
Investable still here.
To be found.
All right, I got to take a second and
Pull binders and boxes.
get the scope.
Friends will gather all around.
Try not to
And cards found in the
send the camera onto the ground.
every pack a tiny spark. Cracking packs and feeling fine. Every rip a chance to find in the hunt for something rare. Memories in every pack I tear.
Well, now that I know Suno will just go through my tracks, I can let these play every now and then.
All week, got paid, now it's gone. All things I don't need, spent it all wrong. Bills piled up high, who knew they could grow? Nothing left to spend.
All right, let's. Let's see. We got a viewable camera up. Yep. Now let's look at the 99 first. That was a D. Yeah, definitely was a D. We'll go back to that. Yeah, those are a couple Suno tracks I've been working on. Really, they're done. I ain't gonna work on them anymore. All right, nothing really to look at there, but that just tells me this thing's working. All right, first hit of the morning was a 1953 nickel. Think there's anything really to look at? Let me pull up my nickel notes. Pull up the old nickel notes here. So what was this? This was a Denver. There's a Denver. So 53 Denver. It doesn't look like there's anything on a 53 Denver. Oh, over mint mark or repunch mint mark or inverted mint marks. But I don't see anything there. There's not enough there to call. Nothing that stands out on the air side on the 53 Denver. What's this? Here is the 40 Philly. Don't look like there's anything in my notes on a 40 Philly. Still, I'm happy. You know, you still got some definition between the letters and the rim. That's something I always look at. I know, full steps is the way it's always. Nickels are going to be judged, but older nickels, I judge them too on the how much definition is left between the rim and the top of the letters, or is that all like worn and smushed together? I guess it's just something I look at. I know nickels are judged on the full steps, but I do me. Pretty typical looking 40 there. Don't look like anything's going to stand out here too much. Here's the banger of the stream. I think this is a pretty nickel. It's just me, though. I mean, I don't know if I should consider this taking over the find of the year over that 1907 Indian head that's up in the corner there. I think that Indian head's going to stay just because of how old it is. $43S. Oh no, wait. 40. That's 42S. That's possibly got a mint mark error on it. Oh, they say there's a 43/2 over date. No. I do like how the silver has started to tone the coin, though. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. This, I gave this the hit button because this is a 1960. The one thing about the scope is it brings out all the flaws. I've always said that. Yeah, I should make like a best found silver category or something. You're right, Investable. I mean, the scope brings out the flaws, but this is still a nice 1960 penny. I mean, definitely, it's definitely still red. Switch over here to. I mean, my hunt camera actually shows things a little bit better, but that's still a penny that's in awesome shape. All right, let's look at the Sacagaweas quick, just to see if there's anything that stands out in them. Obviously, we're looking on the back. Nothing there. Tails, feathers are too gone to know if it's a Cheerio. Yeah, I agree, Investable. It's a beautiful coin. It's like I said, I'm gonna check TCGS and see what the numbers look like on a 1960 penny like that. That may be a send in just for kicks, just to get it slabbed up. Actually, you know, I mean, a lot of people send things in just to preserve. You know, they're not even chasing grade. But I think that would still grade pretty well. All right, another nothing, and tail feathers too gone to know. I don't see any die chips or cracks or anything that would set that aside. This was the one that was this was the Sacagawea that I thought was in a little better shape, just naked eye visually. It's got a little bit more luster left to it, so give it a quick look. In a little better shape than what you see a lot of them. I mean, a lot of them end up, they look a lot darker, you know. I don't see any speared eagle and tail feathers 2 gone to know. All right, and that's scoping the hits. Investable, you still hanging out? I don't think, as far as I know, Littlefoot is still just listening. So I always end the streams, even if somebody triggers a pack opening through coins, I always end the streams with a pack opening. So, investable, you're going to get the pack to pick, or you're going to get the pick pack. What is that? I don't know what that is. Just leave that there for now. So here's our options. Let me get that out of here because it's blinding. We got a, what year is that? 2024 Select, 25 Mosaic, 25 Absolute, a AWE from Upper Deck, an AWE Allure, a pack of Foundation. That's my variety right now. So you give me the pack, and that will be the end of stream rip. Pretty much done with that, I think. Red football. All right. We're going with the Absolute. It's actually the first pack of Absolute that I've opened. I bought the box and haven't opened a single pack of it. So those will be around for a while. Let's take another look at where we're at real quick. So we opened a pack earlier in the stream, and that knocked us out of the current pack streak of hitting a Packer. We got our last 2 Packer cards were that Tucker Kraft and Savion Williams. So that was cool there. So let's see if we can get back on a longest pack streak was 4 so far this year. We'll reset that January 1st. I might reset this whole screen January 1st, actually. So let's see if we can trigger the Packers here. Can we trigger a Packer hit? A little better chance than a 5-card pack. We got 8 cards in here. Puka Nakua, who would be a hit for any Rams fan for sure. And we're going with a New Orleans. I like the Absolute look of the Absolute set. Chris Olave. A Detroit Lions. I don't know where the rookies start. That's not a rookie. Is it St. Brown? Yep. Come on. Focus, focus, focus. I'm on St. Brown. Not a big fan of him. I don't know why. I think it might be his attitude or something. I don't know. Cincinnati Bengals, Jamar Chase. This has been a pack of big names, but definitely no Packers yet. Another Lion, David Montgomery. A Seattle. We must be getting the rookies here pretty quick. I'm guessing the rookies are coming after this card. Kenneth Walker the third. Here's a backwards card. Absolute. Backwards usually means something. A Kirk Cousins. Just the draft diamonds. Just the draft diamonds, Kirk Cousins. I don't know if there's a little something on that card there down in that corner, or if that's part of the design. I was impressed with Kirk Cousins last night, though. I will say most definitely. And I was happy to see Atlanta beat Tampa Bay. So, to check that card. And here are probably a couple rookies, or one rookie per pack. Oh, wow. Who is it? Josh Connerly Jr. So I don't know. Not a rookie I've really heard a whole lot about. So is that something on that card, or is that... Oh, you know what? I was looking at that. I'm like, is that something on that card in the lower left? It's actually the white of his shoe or his sock, because of how the card's designed. So I'm a okay fan. I'm not a fan of Kirk Cousins, but we'll sleeve that up just to sleeve it. Somebody might be interested in that. And I don't know nothing about that rookie, so no Packer. Born in Atlanta, know nothing about football. Well, they won last night, I can tell you that. Last second field goal kick. Boy, this is the epitome of visual of my channel, huh? Coins up there and cards down here. Well, I think that's a morning hunt. That is a morning hunt stream, boys. Investable, Littlefoot. I think you're the only two that were around this morning. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think anybody else showed up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's just for kicks, let's check some. Let's check some Streamlabs stuff. Yeah, it was fun hanging out, Littlefoot. Appreciate you listening, especially while you're at work. Let's see, what does top give us? Top users based on coins. Coach is up there. Nash is actually Tim, if I'm not mistaken. Investable and Littlefoot, you're right there. Let's see. Top hour. I know Raz is going to be top hours because Raz has hung out for like Raz has been hanging out a lot with me. And Tim's got a bunch of hours from earlier streams. Let's see here. We got Raz 14, Tim 9, Investable, you're at 3. Littlefoot's on the list now. Oh, look, Luke is in there at an hour. That was the very first night I kicked in Streamlabs. I don't understand how I have 6. I must have reset my hours. What else is there to check? Top coins and top coins and top hours. Well, that was a good morning hunt. I mean, anytime you nail the old silver war pickle, huh, Littlefoot? And what else we got? We got a one in the 50s, 153, and a 40 and a 41. So, and that sweet 1960 penny. I mean, man, that actually, I pulled that, I set aside that 99, and what are the other ones I set aside at 01, and I set aside an 08, and a 98, it looks like. But the 1960 is actually probably the best looking one out of all of them. We didn't hit a packer. That was because I was typing. I must have hit the P key at some point there. Oh yeah, when I was writing top stuff. That's the 60. I mean, you couldn't tell the difference between that and a 1990 sweet looking one. And obviously there's you can tell the war pickle a mile away. The old war pickle from Littlefoot. Right at 2 hours. Perfect morning. 4, 3, 2, 1 roll hunt stream. Perfect. Right at 2 hours. Just went over 2 hours. 30 seconds ago. All right, thanks guys. Littlefoot, I'm glad I got you on the wrench. You can modify things in here when need be. And Investable, you've been a moderator since almost day one, I think. So, like I said, thanks guys. Talk to you guys later. I got a 1 o'clock comic whatnot stream I've got to make time to sit in. I may do a scope stream, maybe tonight actually, if I get a chance. I have got, because I've been cherry picking. Haven't really cherry picked them. I basically have just went and grabbed handfuls out of their bin. But I have got a ton of buffaloes to look at under the stream, a couple V-nickels, and I think I got a handful of Indian heads in here that I grabbed out of their cherry picking bin. So maybe tonight I'll end up doing just a scope stream like I sometimes do, and just putting these under the microscope, seeing what we hit. This one here, I will show closer at some point. He's got damaged on the flip, but both the owner, my buddy that was working at the store at the time, and myself both all kind of agree that it's a delamination on this buffalo nickel. So I'll show you that at some point when we're scoping. I don't know why they put damage on it. There was pretty much a consent. In fact, Littlefoot, you will see that coin. I'm going to post that at some point in Discord, in Luke's Discord, and see what everybody thinks. You know, is it a delamination error, or do you think it's damaged? But I want to get some good scope pictures actually of it before I post it and stuff. All right, good seeing both of you. Fun chatting. We'll talk to you guys later. If I don't talk to you before Sunday, go pack, go. I am out of here. Thanks for hanging out, guys.